The incredible thing about this project is that it's an apex-to-apex collaboration between the world's oldest international school and the world's first international Bureau of Education.
One of the challenges of the 21st century is that we are in a state of rapid change. We have very high innovation cycles, but they are very narrow in terms of the time span between each cycle compared to previous centuries.
The future of humanity depends on world-class partnerships between curriculum experts and researchers on the one hand, and schools on the other, where the learning is taking place.
Industry 4.0 is only going to propel this drive, innovative drive that fuels changes, and mainstream in that change, in that rapid change, is the use of technology.
Some of the things that are coming down the road, I think we are at the cusp or on the cusp of a golden age in education because of some of the tools that have been developed and are available. We're at a place now where children and adults each have greater capacity and opportunity to teach themselves and to learn and to acquire new competences for the world.
Il faut poser la question, qu'est-ce qu'il y a en dessous de la surface du succès, du bonheur, de l'apprentissage? Il y a des compétences. Et le but de l'école, c'est d'aider nos apprenants à développer ces compétences.
This brings up the question, what are those competences that we could predict with some level of comfort and we can predict into the foreseeable future? And that's what we call core global competences.
I embrace obstacles and challenges, and I persevere.
I am an international student who has a constant yearn for learning.
I am an independent thinker who is not afraid to challenge convention.
Schools can prepare students for the entry into adult life, but that's just a beginning, and they can't give them what they'll need for their entire lives. And we know from the research how often jobs change, how much change there'll be in their own lives. What schools must give them is a capacity to learn, how to monitor their own learning, how to manage their own learning. Those metacognitive skills are crucial.
The guiding question for character is, who am I?
I am a creator.
I am art.
I think school should teach you respect and manners before anything.
The character project means that our learners grapple with major existential and social dilemmas in philosophical discussions, which they chair, observe, and participate in. This will strengthen and amplify their sense of self.
Passion is about drive. You can't achieve much unless you just have that intrinsic motivation to go.
We know that the driver of productivity, of happiness, of success, of change, it's open-mindedness, it's curiosity, in a word, passion. Schools need to develop passion.
Everybody has different and multiple purposes. For example, my mum. When she was younger, it was to get her PhD, and then it was to travel the world. And then it was reflexology. And now it's looking after me, my brother, and my sister. As you go through life, your purposes change. Like maybe in a few years, my purpose will be going to med school or get a big role in an acting career. I'm excited to see.
The Passion Project involves learners choosing something they love and then pursuing it through a real-world project with some social impact.
My mission is to bring joy and laughter to others.
I want to make the earth a better place.
To be nice and helpful.
Schools have to build a strong foundation for students in numeracy and literacy because a lot of further learning depends on that. But in this modern world, it depends on much more than that. Digital literacy, for example, opens doors to learning that you can't get access to with just reading and writing. Financial literacy is needed for modern life. Scientific literacy is crucial, actually, not just for scientists, but for everyone. The public needs to know what counts as a scientific question. and what counts as evidence with which to deal with such questions. With that kind of knowledge more widely spread through our society, we would solve a lot of our present problems.
For the first time in history, kids have more facility with many of the tools of knowledge recording and knowledge storage than the older generation. Knowledge is much more heterogeneously distributed, and so the opportunities for youngsters to learn are fundamentally different than what we experienced when we were children.
Whatever happens in the unknown future, those that take part in it will need to master a repertoire of different types of knowledge and skills. Mastery is at the center of a good education.
The school can teach us about the importance of communication and loyalty and respect among our peers.
I try to take every opportunity I get and make the most of it, which defines how far I'll go.
I can go as far as the boundaries of my thinking will stretch.
I like a challenge.
We want our students to understand that mastery is not just excellence, but a constant commitment to improvement through deliberate practice. Of course, students pursue mastery across all their academic disciplines, but through the core of the Universal Learning Program, we want them to have 3 opportunities to develop mastery and pursue greater self-agency. The first of these opportunities involves students working with experts in different fields so that students really understand what excellence and mastery is. The second of these experiences involves students working on an applied mathematics problem to better understand how to represent complex problems in the real world, such as big data, in statistical models. The third opportunity involves students sitting an online adaptive general knowledge test, which we've developed with the OECD and consultants at Harvard University.
Respect, challenge, listen, and inspire each other.
Teaching us to think critically.
Equip us with the tools needed to succeed in life after school.
Well, work and life are increasingly team-based, and students have to learn, as young people, how to collaborate with others, and increasingly how to do so in an environment that's multinational and multicultural. And to do that, they need cultural sensitivity and cultural awareness. And schools can help them do that, particularly schools that are themselves multinational and multicultural.
Knowing how to live together, knowing how to collaborate, is necessary for the future of our planet.
When you work together, you develop new ideas and it makes your mind more creative.
Well, if an idea doesn't work and another doesn't, well, when you put them together, it'll make a great idea.
It means you have to be open-minded, patient, respectful.
Working together entails allowing others to enhance your thinking.
Collaboration entails compromise and active listening.
Listening to what others have to say.
Working together is important.
Communication, have the same goals, and support. Loads of support.
So what I want to underscore about these 4 learning areas, character, passion, mastery, and collaboration, is that they are mutually reinforcing, they are interrelated, and they work together to produce a competent, future-ready learner.
A competence is a unity of knowledge, skills, and attitudes.